welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for joining us on our tag sale adventure this weekend. These are 3 tag sales that we went to, and pretty much I'm just gonna play a little music, come in every now and then, like chime in when I need to say something about it, and I'm just gonna put up comps when I buy something. So if you see a sale comp, that means I buy it. This tag sale we spent $18 on. We did get some like beads and stuff for the kids. There was a lot of stuff for the kids, as you can see. But I do buy this. I like buying vintage. This is like 1992, but you know, vintage board games, they sell well. But there's a lot of stuff for the kids, so I buy a few things for us. So probably I spent like $12 on like eBay stuff, and the rest on the kids. Those elves on the shelf, I didn't end up getting those. She just wanted a little too much for them. Just kind of scoping out the area. Just looking around, I see this couple electronics back there, so I'm gonna beeline it. One of them's a like a tracing thing. I never looked into it and stuff. My daughter's an artist, and I even asked her if she wanted it, and she just kind of said no, so I never kind of looked back into it. But next to it was a what is one of those? They're mini IR helicopters, and I ended up getting it, but it doesn't have good comps. But it's because she gave it to me for free when I asked her how much she wanted for it. So I always check the DVDs, and I end up seeing a Simpsons, but it's pretty scratched up. I like to buy Simpsons stuff. In my experience, Simpsons stuff sells pretty good, pretty quick. There's really nothing in either stacks. There's an M&M guy, but he looked pretty brand new when I lifted up the helmet. But I stayed away from that too. I'm finally checking out that helicopter again. I ended up getting the helicopter, but that's because when I asked her about it, she said I could have it. She wasn't sure if all the parts were there and stuff, so I just took it. There's no comps. I can't find comps on it still yet. This is something the pros don't tell you. If you look at a bread maker and buy them, they usually sell for around 10 bucks. Look for rust underneath the pan. I didn't get a good shot of it, but that's what I'm doing, and all the nuts were rusty in there, so I stayed away from it. You can part out the pans and the locking bolts and the lids and stuff, but I just stayed away. These I grabbed. You'll see a comp here. 3 of them were brand new, 2 of them are used, so I won't get that price for them, but I'll get something for those. She wanted $1 a piece, and I thought that was a pretty good find. I'm just kind of scoping stuff out again, looking around before I just start picking stuff up and buying it. So she tells me I can have this, so I grab it. I asked her about the VCR over there, if you thought I missed it, and she tells me $5. So I grabbed that, and you'll see a comp up here for that. I think it's $39.99. So that was a good find. She said it worked. I haven't tried it yet. Then I grabbed these. It all kind of fell like dominoes. Then I checked out this pet fence, and the comps weren't as good for what price she wanted it for. It wasn't kind of worth getting into. I have that size DVD. It's also an exercise DVD. I'll show you the comp for that later. My wife put this vintage jacket up there. We can't find the exact jacket, but this is comparables. And here's that DVD for 18 bucks. This is the haul we got from that tag sale. I think we did pretty good, and the kids got some stuff to play with and some beads. You know, I thought that was cool. So I immediately see those 2 snowboards in the corner of my eye, so don't worry. I just went straight for them to check them out. I don't know much about snowboards. I've actually never sold a snowboard on eBay, and the reason why I only end up grabbing this one, but it said demo only. She wanted $25 a piece for, and that one is the one that intrigued me in the comps and stuff. The other one's probably worth something. These the handle grips were really nasty, so I didn't even mess with those. The wife found some video games in the stash. There's a lot of people there, so she was kind of like standing the ground like, hey, look. And I'm not big on selling Sims games because they always kind of go slow for me, but I end up getting this, and the price comp isn't really worth it. It's like $5 or something, but I'll end up just grabbing it and putting it a lot. You see a video game, she wanted $1 a piece for all these. You see it at that price, a Wii game, you just get it, then you lot it up later. So what I'm doing here now is when I look for DVDs, I look for like horror movies and Ed, Edd n Eddy, that other kids show. But anyway, for right now, I'm looking for horror movies because I like to lot them up. I think that's Jeepers Creepers 2. I end up grabbing that for $1. And if you keep bouncing from tag sale, just grabbing their horror movies and make a lot for like $1.50, what you get them for, you're gonna get some money for that because people like buying it. It sells good. In my experience, selling horror sells good in action figure form and DVD form and game form and just whatever. So hey, I grab it, and sometimes you get a gem, and one's worth a bunch of money. So I grab these up. My wife's looking at these American Girl dolls and stuff. She keeps eyeing them. Right here, the lady pretty much says she doesn't know if this works. She points to one where she said it doesn't work. Half of it, like the tape decks. And oh yeah, she tells me about the games there. Then she's telling me the price of the snowboards. But yeah, that's why I stayed away from these electronics. They were overpriced, and she wasn't sure if they worked. And then she's like, well, that one doesn't work. So I just staying away. What my wife's looking at, I actually end up grabbing because she gives me for $2, and it's later. She's telling me about the trucks and all this stuff and how they were her daughters. It's women's snowboards. I should have grabbed both of them, but I've never been down that road before, so I ended up just grabbing one. Right here is a like an old like JCPenney or Sears food processor, but if you saw me touching the top there, you can't really tell in the picture, but I had like little rust spots, and I really don't mess with rust when it comes to this old vintage stuff. It's harder to sell. But yeah, that's when I go over and show you the comps for that. They're not great, but $2, she gave them to me for $1 a piece. I'll get clever with them and put them up, and somebody will buy them. Might as well for that price. These blades, she wanted a little too much for them, and she said they're brand new, but I opened the package in that one and it kind of looked almost moldy, so I stayed away from those. I see some golf clubs here, and it's a Big Bertha, but the sale comps on them weren't good. That putter was really messed up, just not looking too good. But the Big Bertha, it's a wood with, I guess, I don't know, the comps weren't too good. It was like in the low 20s, and she had some higher prices, so I ended up staying away from that too. This is when my wife saw these. That's a Samantha doll. She wanted $40 for that, but condition, I don't know. We decided not to because the sale comps weren't worth it. She said the other one next to it was like a replica, so there was some red flags there, and we just stepped back from it. We know American Girl dolls, but we're not professionals about it, so we just decided not to go down there. That thing is going to save us $75 to $100. It's a tree trimmer. We bought that for us. She wanted just $10 for it. I thought that was cool. We ended up spending like $37 or $34 or $39 here. This is when I come back and pretty much like she gave me the deal on those cassette tape things, and this is when I look at what I was saying before, just see how it looked corroded and stuff. Yeah, so that's why I didn't pick these up. But this is when I pull the trigger on that snowboard to the left. I think you pronounce it Marhar. I couldn't find really good comps, but I can't find that one right now. But for pre-owned with no trucks or nothing, no like boot clamp things. What I don't know much about snowboards, but it was over 200 bucks. So for $25, it was kind of worth taking a shot. There's the comp right there for a similar one. Then that one said demo, and she mentioned that her daughter worked at like a store, so I'm just thinking it got sent in from a company or something like that. So I was happy with that haul right there. I think that was a pretty successful tag sale. This tag sale, well, more of a garage sale, I guess. Just a whole bunch of kids stuff, and you look in here and there's some tables, and when I come in and I start looking to the left, I start noticing like stickers and overpriced stuff, and I'm starting to get worried, like it's gonna be one of these, you know. And so like that microphone said they wanted too much for. It's just, you know, the prices weren't good, but I'm gonna be surprised because it's only this one table that they kind of overpriced. I'm pretty sure those little toolboxes said like 10 bucks a piece on them, and they're empty. So I'm kind of just gandering at everything, checking it out, scoping the place out. I'm kind of getting bummed. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. It's just one of those tag sales that I think, but then it turns good a little bit. I end up spending $5 here, and my kids got a couple things, and my wife got like a Dora pillow pet that I don't talk about that sells for like 10 bucks. But here it is. I'm about to leave because I think the prices are too high, and go talk to my wife and stuff, and I see this. Look at the comp. Guy gave it to me for $1. Brand new in the package. So this is when I'm like, hold on a minute. It's just that table. So I start looking around. I don't see much, but I see this table with a whole bunch of like baby DVDs and kids DVDs, tongue-tied. And just like the horror movies and stuff I was talking about, I do the same thing with kids DVDs, and I see some like little kids, and especially educational ones. So I see a couple Baby Einstein and then a couple potty training videos, and I just grab them because they want like a quarter, I think, or 50 cents, something like that, a piece on the DVDs. And what I'll do, I don't put up a comp or nothing because the comps are low. It's singles, but I'll lot them together, and for like $2, I probably bought it for like $14.99 with a couple bucks shipping for those four. And it's not going to cost much to ship. So right there, if you're at a place that doesn't have much to offer, that's kind of like an idea, along with like the horror movie thing is an idea, and you can do that with any kind. You just have to find the ones that, you know, sell fast. My wife is totally the plush ninja. She comes out with this out of nowhere. Boom. Sells for 10 bucks. She does this all the time, and I think it's classic. Here's a Simpsons puzzle. I grab it, pre-owned. I just buy Simpsons stuff. It sells. So this is pretty much like the end of it. They're talking, they're looking through the plushes and stuff, and my wife's totally being a ninja about it. You can see the Dora pillow pedos. I think that sells like 10 bucks, something like that, pre-owned, and there's two of them, the big one and small one. I didn't put them up there because I don't know if she's keeping them or not. Not too sure. But $5, that's all they wanted. And I think that was a pretty successful tag sale for $5. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. It'll help a lot. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.